The mountain falls. 1 hour before the earthquake hits her neighborhood in Malaga on New Year's Eve, Julia is at home doing her laundry. It is early in the morning on the day her new husband, Carlos, is coming home from working on the oil rigs in the North Sea. Julia wanted to stay at home tonight, just the two of them, but her mother is organizing a family dinner and she's making Carlos's favorite, a seafood paella. 1 month away, 1 week at home. Julia knows other couples who have it worse, though, live at home together full time and bicker non-stop. The white cotton sheets she washed yesterday are hanging outside on the balcony, flapping gently in the quiet morning sunshine. They smell of fabric softener and winter air. A fresh bunch of calla lilies stretches tall on the bedroom dresser. The dark wood shines and smells of wax polish. She loves the apartment they moved into just before their wedding. They have 2 bedrooms and an open-plan kitchen and living room, which makes it feel spacious inside. From their bedroom, they can see the mountain that cradles the village. At this time of year, it's covered in greenery. By summer, the sun will have scorched the shrubbery and they will see nothing but brown pine trees and silvery rocks. It's walking distance to the shops and Julia's parents' house. Julia puts the lacy lingerie she bought specially for tonight into the machine, chooses a 30-minute delicate cycle, and smiles to herself. There is a new plain white baby grow tumbling around with her knickers. Carlos's flight is on time and she can't wait to surprise him. 15 minutes into the wash, she pours boiling water over fresh coffee in a French press and checks her phone while she waits to push the plunger down. Then she hops up onto the washing machine and sits, waiting for the spin cycle to start. It was a cheap machine, some no-name brand the landlady bought. She thinks she wouldn't have to do this if they'd bought themselves the Bosch, but they're saving money to buy a house. The discount machine can't handle its spin cycle, and Julia has to use her body weight to stop it from shimmying out from under the kitchen counter and strutting its stuff around the kitchen. She finds it in different parts of the room if she leaves it to spin on its own. 20 minutes into the delicate cycle, Julia's phone pings with a WhatsApp from her sister, Carolina. Are you waxed and ready for action? A crazy face, champagne bottle, female flamenco dancer emojis trail along after the text. Fuck off, crying with laughter emoji. Seriously, do tell. Brazilian? Scream face emoji. Julia takes a gulp of coffee and snorts out a laugh. She rubs away droplets of coffee that have landed on her white jeans. And she thinks that in a few months' time she won't be able to button these up, and she imagines her belly growing bigger. The thought makes her feel uncomfortable. She likes the tightness of the fabric against her waist. The machine changes its tune and the spin cycle starts with a jerk. Julia tries to sit heavy. No shimmying for you today, machine. Black coffee sloshes about in her mug. Not telling, Julia types. OMG, did you have a Hollywood? Bet you want to get out of dinner with Mama tonight, Carolina types. Love heart, Julia types, then adds a devil emoji. I have another surprise for him. The machine starts to shake beneath her. It's noisy and uneven sounding as it loses its balance and wobbles. It makes her giggle, and she knows she looks ridiculous sitting on the crazy machine. But she'll be sitting on Carlos soon, and she doesn't care. She'll show him the tiny baby grow afterwards. Her phone vibrates. Lucky boy. What time does he land? Carolina texts. 10:15, Lufthansa. Always on time, smiley face. Make sure you do it before Mama's paella. She'll make you eat so much you'll be too full to... Yes, Julia types. Did you feel that? No emoji. What? Shaking. I'm doing the spin cycle, laughing emoji. The machine spins faster. New lacy knickers squish against the cotton baby grow inside the cold metal drum. WTF, Caroline texts. Julia's body weight can't hold down the washing machine any longer. The shock waves from the earthquake rumble below her apartment, and the cheap machine bucks Julia onto the floor like a rodeo novice and chases her across the kitchen. The washing machine flies up, landing on its side, while the door shoots open, emptying woolite-fused water, lacy knickers, and a single baby grow onto the floor. From where Julia lies on the kitchen floor, she looks at the mess and feels rage for the embarrassing cheap machine. Cleaning up the mess will make her late to meet Carlos at the airport. She wants to check the time on her wristwatch, but she can't move her left arm. Can't feel it at all. Her clothes are soaked in washing machine water, and the half-witted beast of a contraption has pinned her to the floor. Fucking thing, she thinks. They are definitely getting the Bosch next time. Julia grips her good hand over her belly and falls through the apartment building towards the basement. The washing machine free falls behind her and crushes her with its weight as they land, entwined together on the ground. She smells fabric softener and woolite and thinks of her surprise. The baby grow was brand new, miscarried inside the womb drum as the earth swallows them whole. Carlos, sitting in seat 7A, looks up from his newspaper as his flight suddenly pulls up from its descent into Malaga. The air traffic controller alerts Lufthansa Flight 7963 from Frankfurt to abort, abort, abort! Carlos looks out through the plexiglass oval and sees the mountains slide into the city. He isn't aware of turbulence, only a sudden heavy feeling as gravity sucks the passengers deeply into their seats when the pilot aborts the landing at the last minute. Carlos hears the engines rage with noise as they strain to lift the plane upwards. The runway below has split in half. The pilot announces that they will divert to Granada or possibly Alicante. His voice sounds alarmed, and the flight attendants exchange nervous glances. Carlos strains his neck, looking backwards towards this village nestled in the mountain's foothills. The shape of his mountain has changed, and he can see nothing but dust billowing up where houses and his apartment should be. Had you been on flight 7693 that morning, you might have sat next to Carlos in seat 7A. You might have grabbed at his knee when the plane aborted its landing into Malaga at an altitude of just 150 feet. You might have wondered at the man who had been smiling while he cracked his knuckles and worried his wedding band. You wouldn't have known his mix of excitement and fear, that he didn't want to use contraception anymore, that he wanted to fill the apartment with babies, the sunny balcony with bicycles and dolls. You would have seen Carlos holding his warm hand against the cold oval window, calling out for Julia.